Referees also do kitchen floors, hallway floors, bedroom floors, and flooring, nothing. The online staff will be happy to mop it for you. As we welcome onto the ice, your first team in the under-19s Division 2 final, where the Whites beat Haringey Hounds under-19s. The Hounds are made up of netminder number 1, Shani Taimasi, number 2, Rebecca Malinsky, number 7, Emil Sabi, 9, Ihor Aljewski, 10, Ruben Yates, 11, Christian Reinhardt, 13, Alexander Rebenko, 15, Kevin Keller, 17, Maximilian Vinikov, 18, Joshua Blackwood, 21, Noah Buckness, 26, Dante Delali, 27, Lucas Chu, 29, Philip Orsini, 38, Constantine Mercer, 42, Mikowski, 50, Cameron Powell, 56, Jake Brown, 57, Emil Rumble, 72, John Jackson Savage, 88, Alan Harrison, and their captain, 98, William Novick. And their opponents, the Coventry Blaze Academy, wearing 13, Ryan Cross, 14, Jake Wilden, That buzzer signals the end of the three-match war. Will players please kindly return the ball to the timekeeping box. All ball-keeping timekeepers got for this round and next players your respective benches. The under-19 Division 2 national final about to get underway. The Haringey Hounds in blue jerseys will be facing off against the Coventry Blaze under-19s in white. Are you here cheering on the Hounds? Or are you here with the Coventry Blaze?
It's time for our under-19s final to kick off the second division of what was the under-18 second division. Now the under-19s, the Coventry Blaze versus the Haringey Hounds. You'd think the favour would be with the Blaze, who have going to be the freshest, or the fresher of the two teams. Haringey this time in the blue and yellow trim, shooting left to right, in the Blaze with the white, with the darker blue, shooting right to left. Haringey this side made up of after the players who just played in the under-16s national final. So we'll see what energy they have left. They were in cruise control at the end of the period, at the end of the game throughout the third period, once they was already down 5 goals. These players, though, top division players, so you'd think they have the better of the quality. Listen, he tries to centre it through. Fanning on the shot was Kaffis off. A lot of these part of the under-18s South champions as well, that lost to Leeds again in the semi-finals yesterday evening. There's quality versus energy. They only had about a 30-minute break as Ravenko steps over the blue line. He cruises it in to the corner and he gets tied up by Callum Stubbs. Now it comes back towards Max Vinnikov. Great vision, spots Blackwood over on the opposite side. Steps in over the blue. He's got a wall of white Dragons jerseys to go through, trying to pick a corner was Vinnikov. Didn't see the net though. Out in front and swarming on it is the lone Coventry netminder, Owen Chester. Starting netminder of Haringey, Shaddai Twamasi got the start in the under-18s. Semi-final loss to Leeds, 10-4 in the end. Sofia Cazares also got game time in that matchup, so see how it fares. JC Daniel. Runs out of rumours. They're trying to get themselves up into an offensive position. To back out front and picked up by Haringey. Goes down the length of the ice and will be iced by the Hounds. To stay out. just momentarily. The Blaze much shorter bench than the Hounds as well. Missing over a potential line. What the Hounds could have. Sent on net to Massey. Real strength of his game with the kick saves, and he showed one there. Picked back up by the Blaze as they get swarmed on by Palczewski. Of cross, mishandles that just briefly, and Waslinski will force the turnover as the panicked pass heads back towards the Haringey zone. With Waslinski. GB under-18s player as well. Only 14 years old, playing in the under-19s final. Knows the experience of winning trophies, gold medalist at the World Championships with the GB under-18s women in Riga earlier this year. With 2 gold medals that the GB squads out of the 5 age groups have won, along with their seniors, as they got themselves promoted back to the top division, where some of these players this weekend will be hoping to see themselves. A few already with GB under-18s, and well, with the under-18s next game with the Lions versus the Leeds Knights, you'll be thinking that some of them will be seeing under 20s next year as well. There's going to be an opportunity as Christian Reinhardt, one of the GB under-16s in this game, hit the deck, but really slow cruising into the zone was Ben Howdell. That made it all too easy for the Haringey number 11 to get it back. Now Haringey enter the zone with strength in numbers, pushing forward, trying to pick the opposite corner. Strange whistles come across, almost sounded like the ref had blown the play dead, but they stayed on. The Blaze fans are more than happy with that save that was made by Owen Chester. The lone netminder here for the Blaze. It's worked out of the zone. Lee Sullivan now across to the Blaze, and they'll try and get their first real bit of offensive zone time. Like our under 16s and 14s, 20-minute period, full-length hockey game. There'll be a break after the second period for an ice cut due to the extended length. Ravenko ties one up at the boards. Someone's lost their net guard, and I think they've realised it's. They'll head to the bench. JJ Sanders collects this and forces the icing. One of the players will be able to get a change because of the loss of a net guard. Never mind, they'll get it sorted before the icing. Rather different situation, the referee thankfully there to help out. And often you see that rather unique situation. The player has to stay out in the end because of the net guard. But because of the icing. So the on-ice repairs are done, and Haringey quick to go aggressive again on the chase with Josh Blackwood. So far, the Blaze looking a little slow. A bit of urgency could be helpful. If they could play with some aggressive amount of speed. Some of these Haringey players, this is their 3rd game. 4th game, sorry, actually, of the weekend. Christian Reinhardt, JJ Sanders, most notably. Vinikov, they're all part of that line. It is full of the under-16s for their 4th game. They're still able to create a chance towards Owen Chester. And out the zone it all comes, and will be chased onto by Tar. Energetic on the chase, he gets Tied up at the boards. JC Daniel wants it low. That's in front. The Blaze with a chance, and Twamasi stopped the shot that came from point blank range. Comes and loss of a glove there. Still pushing on without it. That could be a penalty, but it's gone in anyway. And the Blaze may have a protest about this, as it was carried on a long way by the man without a glove. But the Hounds have took it home in the end. Just crashed home awkwardly. Cuff is off. And the Hounds are off to the races then, early on. Dante Delali getting the opening goal then. One of the fresh players who's not played either 18s or 16s this weekend. First game for him. He's made it count. Caff is off. Entered in with Norvik. Sold back off by the Blaze, and it'll be sent back down by Storer. Trying to muscle out the much bigger man of Ruben Yates. Unable to do so, and be brought out by the Hounds, and a great pass across. Spotting the man in front, Chester using his stick to play it. Can't get it away from the Hounds though, as they swarm all over. There's going to be a penalty coming up against the Hounds here. The interference call. Apologies, going against the Blaze captain. A bit of confusion. And the Storer, so it is Lucini. Into the box then, he'll sit for 2 minutes for interference. I think that was with the connection of the netminder. It's up to Storer, an early shot, it rebounds really high back up to Storer. Could be a weakness of Twamasi. The high rebounds, or the big kicks on the rebounds rather, of the leg pads. If it's the style he likes to play, then so be it. But it was a problem against Leeds, as it kicked massively away.
Wearing 29 at Philip City, 2 minutes for interference. Penalty against the Hounds, wearing 29 at Philip City, 2 minutes for interference. That penalty time is 7 minutes 30 seconds, 0-7, 3-0.
So the Blaze are the first power play to try and
on the power play.
Take the lead back. That's going to be sent down by the Hounds, and well, they kill off penalties really well. They've done a great job against the Leeds Junior Knights. For the most part of their under-16s game, a lot of them will be the same. Down towards Cameron Powell. Again, he'll just send that down. That's over Storer's head. He can't hold on to it. And Max Vinikov is hurrying on. He notices the man's asleep there, and Vinikov nearly got himself lucky. It is a really poor build-up for the Blaze. They'll get themselves back into the zone, but Sanders sweeps it away. Back Haringey couldn't be away. 20 seconds left on the man advantage for Coventry, and they've not gotten going at all yet. Blackwood out of the zone for Haringey. Oh, the pass was on towards Vinikov, and instead Blackwood tried going at it alone. Now pushing forward again. Tomasi dropped the gate, but couldn't get to him, and in the end Blackwood will chase onto this one. Final few seconds of the power play, now the calls are listening.
Hands are back to full strength. The hands are back to full strength.
Out in front, cleared away by the Hounds briefly. The Blaze pounds back onto it. Back up through, it's a well fed towards Norvik, and he's going to get himself moving. Norvik's in space, and now stick handling himself into a good position. The puck just outran him in the end. And as he waited for assistance, he gave it back up towards Sullivan, who moves it down across onto the far side. Chipped in, but wider to Amassi's goal. It was in a rather awkward position. A shot on target could have been more problematic than it needed to be, but in the end, the Hounds don't face anything. Norvik to Pogrodsky. Cross just hesitates a little bit. Out in front, and the Hounds are late to get onto the puck, but the defenders tidied up nicely as they've done so all weekend. And Norvik comes back the other way, wrists it right over, connects the rebound, and it falls right to him off the glass. Couldn't put in the baseball goal. We've seen one of them this week, but not going to get another one right now. It's cleared out by Pogrodsky. Back towards Reinhardt though for the Hounds. That will be a wayward pass that really should have been better towards Alan Kafizov. We're over halfway through this first period. To Clark. Slow build up again for this Blaze line. Sent down low, and they'll just go for a change. Pogrodsky. Chip down towards Vasilinski as one of the Blaze players has hit the deck. What a scramble to it. Chipped out and over, and moving forward. Now comes Haringey back with Vasilinski. She'll turn and shoot off the skated cross. Palczewski down in towards the half board. She's hits hard. One down at the half board though, and back through with Christian Reinhardt. Moved himself into a great bit of space. He's not been willing to shoot unless he's able to walk into the pocket. He was deep in it this time round, but couldn't hit the target. Palczewski to Valinsky. Palczewski again in front of her own bench. Blaze just setting it down in their own zone again. Wait for an option. Just try and lift it down. It nearly held off one of the Haringey players. Blackwood can't connect with the 50-50. Brown has won it back though for them, and Palczewski has her back to the players. Cross gets himself in now, waits for assistance. JC Daniels will push towards Van Eden, connected to from the rebound in, and to Massey. Juice got his leg pad to it as it cut across the face of goal, and Stubbs is going to give this one up at the blue line, and lurking at the back. Here come the Hounds. It's a heavy touch against Christian Reinhardt, and it's tidied up by Chester. And Haringey awkward getting off the bench. Trying to make sure they don't commit too many men. They'll push forward. Again, out in front. It's a great move from Yates. Trying to bury it full. Stretched out Chester. Doing what he did exactly last year. Fantastic bit of net minding for the lone under-19s netminder for this Blaze side. They will ice for puck. I think Ruben Yates is just going to get a bit of a talking to here. A little bit of afters. Sent down, get out of the zone. Go for Icy. Back out they'll come. 6:08 remaining. Out to the zone and off to the races. It's going to slop just before it gets towards Ravenko. Chester's come out. Oh, wow! Chester's kept that out. That is magical from Owen Chester. That is a rather risky play from a Coventry netminder, and they're still buzzing about that like it was a goal. And he'd somehow, and again without his stick, just makes the kick save, and Owen Chester turns up big here at Ice Sheffield, and he's doing it again this year. Down the length of the ice it comes. Iced again by Haringey, but Chester, what a magical save that was. Towards Storer with Carter. Plays it across and out the zone. It will come back with Haringey. It's only a 1-goal lead. They've dominated the majority of this opening period. Tomasi's not seen much. Chester on the other hand sooner. Bucket load, and there's another save to add to the list. Ravenko picks it back up again. Round to Blackwood. It's tied up by Vinnikov as the puck will then turn over briefly back with the Hounds. Blaze can settle it back with their captain though. As Carter, their second top scorer, tries moving it quickly. He'll just get slowed down. Back with Carter. He's got 33 points from 14 games played. Over a goal a game. Scored 16 times this season. He's probably going to need to find a few more today if they want a chance to beat this Haringey side, which just looks a class above them right now. It's a be cleared out by the Hounds, and it's picked back up by Norvik. He's been all over the place so far in this opening period, trying to pick a corner. The toe dragged around. Couldn't hit the net though as a body gets laid out. Kafizov's out in front though. Chester scrambles again. And we're going to have a penalty coming up now. We'll see what's the call. Who's it against? It looks to be the Blaze. So the Hounds will get their first power play of the day. It's a tripping call going against Callum Stubbs.
Penalty against the Coventry Blaze Academy wearing 89, Callum Stubbs. 2 minutes for tripping.
So Van Norvik stepping forward straight into the glove of Chester. He is playing rather nicely so far to start this game off. He's played one game at with the Sutton Sting. It didn't go too well for him. Back with the Blaze, back door, he's fair. Could not be pushed home though by the Hounds. They only make it as far as the blue line as Coventry trying to clear it across to this near side to Norvik. Out in front again, that cuts through 2 of the Hound sticks as the back door is wide open. Chester hadn't got across that time. Closing in again, straight off the shoulder of Chester and out into the corner. Finally, the Coventry Blaze will clear it down the length of the ice with 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Chester out in front of his helmet, and he'll then jump onto it as Tar will tidy up the differences. Again, Chester, game of his life right now. He's keeping it a 1-0 scoreline as a much more vastly experienced Haringey Hounds look to win this competition for the 2nd year running. And the shirt. Again, back with a blaze. Smiley brought round the goal by Ryan Cross, and that will be cleared down the length of the ice, and Haringey have 30 seconds left to try and double their lead on the power play. Approaching 2 minutes to remain in the opening period here at Ice Sheffield. JJ Sanders around to Cameron Pound. Delali. Gotham and Carter will just bring this round. He'll kill off the final few seconds as he sends it down. Tipped off. Twomasi will just hold on to it and be able to get the penalty killers off. Fresh legs on. And even an offensive zone face-off of 1 minute and 42 remaining in this first period and our under-19s national final. Play it down the far side, it's kept in by the Blaze. Out into the middle, there's a man wide open. Well blocked by Cameron Powell, had been left alone for so much of that passage of play. The Blaze still coming on hard. Just even able to steal a shot towards Twomasi. But this Haringey defence is so good. They close down on here now, they'll get an attack. Giveaway going with Delili. He'll just wrist it onto the net of Chester. He'll try and play it on out. It was whistled down in the end. Gets a face-off down in the Coventry zone. Quickly out of play to Blackwood. His shot gets blocked as the shooter gets closed down. Keller pushed off. And now be stolen off by Barker, the top point scorer for the Blaze. Tries getting into the zone. He has to dish it out towards JC Daniel over on the far side. Blackwood will pick it up, settle it down again in the final minute of the opening period. Lurking down at the back of the Hounds. They can't get it onside though. The Blaze come the other way with Daniel. Haringey out of the zone and again given back up to the Blaze. That's poorly controlled by Stubbs. There's going to be a final opportunity here perhaps for the Hounds. It's brought round with Ravenko. That's in front of Vinikov. He's a real danger. Puts the brakes on. Can't dangle it round Sullivan. And that'll be it for the opening period as it's sent down unless there's going to be an ice. It's waved off. So there goes the klaxon and hit afterwards. That is the end of the first period. A 1-goal game. And the London-based side lead the way.
Both teams will take a short 3-minute break before we return for the second period. buzzer means we are about to get underway for the second period. The Haringey Hounds won, the Coventry Blazers have yet to score. The English Ice Hockey Under-19 Division 2 National Finals. Only one team can leave here, the winner will be Haringey, will be Coventry. 2 more periods of regulation time remain.
Back underway in the Under-19s national final. Centred through for the Blaze. They didn't see much of the puck in the first period compared to the Hounds, who were rather dominant, but they tried to float that one over the net of over to Amasi. He's not the biggest figure in goal. He just went over his bar instead. And now, here come the Hounds, getting on early here. Back the other way, they've got a 1-0, and Chester finally gets beaten. Philippe Polisny tucks one home. They hit Chester early. He stood on his head since. And at the start of the second period, Haringey finally double their lead. Only took 39 seconds in the period. And Haringey are looking to bring some silverware back to Nottingham. It starts off the second period in the fashion was going to get it. But now Vinikov across to Blackwood. Off to his line mate. Vinikov can't dangle it through. Kept in by Sanders. Across to Blackwood. Vinikov in space. One-timer. Well blocked there by Sullivan. Putting body on the line. It's a dangerous position for a dangerous player to be in. Now turn back the other way, Vinikov across to Blackwood, back across to Vinikov. They did that in the under-16s semi-final to send them through. Not to be this time now. JC Daniel gets themselves in a position to Amasi. Stands strong, doesn't flinch much, and they can't quite believe they've not put it home. To Amasi. Hasn't seen many decent shots this game, but that one was a threatening chance for JC Daniel. Quick one-timer off the face-off as well to Amasi. Didn't have to worry about that one in the end. Kalcheski gave that one up. Players sent down to the ice. Now with Sanders. Kalchevsky can't control that. Back giveaway. Stepping over the blue line offside goes Tar. And then we pull back out of the zone. Chevsky trialing off to Ravenko. He's still going to hustle on forward. Ravenko brought down into the corner. And still maintain possession. It's a great bit of work, though, by George Mabby. One shot left a lot to be desired there from the Hounds defenseman, number 21, Noah Mulkis. Just settle it back down, try clearing off the boards, given back up to the Blaze, sent towards Swamasi's net and comfortably pushed aside. Big hit into the boards, and a player Slow to get up, they'll whistle it for him. Seems to be fine. After the zone of face-off will come. Fine. We'll be out of the zone. Looking at the Blaze with a bit more intensity about them this period. Trying to snap it out in front, couldn't get it towards the net of Tuamasi, unable to clear it off the linesman's skates. But a big hit opens up some space for the Hounds, and skating into it, Norvik's brought down. They'll collect it back up, centred through, chipped down for the and the Blaze, are able to briefly get moved, but it's a really heavy touch from their captain. It's given back up to the Hounds just momentarily. Now with Storer. To the Hounds again. Well defended at the blue line. And out now with Reinhardt. Quiet weekend for him so far offensively. He'd love to get himself on a score sheet, but Chester says no. And he continues pushing on. Out to the zone again. Quickly swiped back by Howdle. And the Hounds settle it down with Cameron Powell. Across to Reinhardt. Drops to nobody. Still with the Hounds though as Norvik reacts first. Heavy touch by Ryan Cross, and the Hounds again just move forward behind the goal. Round in full circle. Norvik's turning, shooting, and ever so nonchalant he walked into the slot. And I don't quite think that Owen Chester expected the trigger to be pulled there. In the end it was, and the Hounds have their third. Out in front again, Chester, low glove save. Just seems a little bit beaten about right now.
Goal number 3 scored 98, William Novak, assisted 88, Alan Cabizon. Time of that goal, 24 minutes, 7 seconds, 2-4.
Towards Blackwood, sentinel net towards Vinnikov. Oh, he's just nicked it off the post, and Vinnikov, the type player, is going to be frustrated if Haringey keep putting on the goals and he doesn't get involved in the scoring himself. Back with Vinnikov. Out in front to him, just caught in his wheelhouse. The Blaze walking the other way. Poor drop pass off towards Barker. Wanted in the middle towards Baker. They're not going to get it there. Now Blackwood calms it down again. Vinnikov. Swiped off him, and now again it looked like the Blaze are going to get moving. In the end it's pushed back down, a big hit on towards Boswinski's bodies tumble about. Another big open ice hit is going to draw a penalty for the Blaze. They'll get a power play out in front. It'll be held onto by Vinnikov before Chester gets to the bench. Now Max Vinnikov will have a time-out here. So he gets called for tripping. race down to get this first 4v Blaze as they want to try and have a better looking power play than they did last time. The Hounds collecting the puck though isn't going to be doing them any favours. Swiped away by Kafizov out in front, short-handed, he just misses the net there. Storer out towards cross, and the Blaze really slow on the build-up. They lack energy, they lack the intensity needed to try and win a national championship as bodies crash all over. Owen Chester is quick to his feet though. Norvik has already got a goal, picks it back up again. There's a loose stick out there. It's one of the Blaze players, but they'll get back possession and try and get it. Something building up on this power play. Swiped off again, although that's poor from Reinhardt. A rare mistake for a player of his quality. But the pass can't centre towards Ben Howdall. And the Hounds will tidy up briefly. Kept in by Storer. Across to Carter. Out in the middle. Reinhardt muscles. Cross off of the puck, and he's protesting a penalty, but just be a stronger player! Well, they get their goal anyway, and it's JC Daniel. No one thought about them over on the near side post. They've took that one home, and the Blaze get themselves on the board. Blackwood coming back the other way for the Hounds. Forced off the puck by Captain Storer, who's lost his stick, and now he's going to have to start using the muscle, but it is going to be a power play goal. And as the Hounds want to come back the other way, Chester is going to say no to that one. They'll hold on to it with 12:40 remaining in this second period. Just a reminder, we break after this period for an ice cup. Twisted in just over the bar. Cross towards Saunders. For Oslinski to Vinnikov out the box. Oslinski can't get it round Wheeldon. Vinnikov can get it back, though he just runs out of room as he gets tied up. Out in front of the Blaze, try and move it, they get it into the zone, but Sanders is going to tidy this one up off of Tar. Powell. Cross to Vinnikov, slow to get there. Couple stick lifts, gets it over though. Be held onto by Owen Chester as he looked to settle the game down just for a little bit as we approach the halfway stage. Sanders tidies up. Back round the goal with Stubbs for the Blaze. The Hounds take it back and start to ease back a bit of pressure. The Blaze will clear out, and there's a little bit of space to skate into here for Stubbs. Picked up by Podgorski. Back with the Hounds as they enter into his own space. Opens wide open. But it's turned back the other way as a shot was missed. Back with Wall for the Blaze. He's hit hard off the puck there. He's been much better on the muscle. Looks a little bit frustrated with Cameron Powell. But he'll continue to push on. Play back down into the Blaze. Dangerous position to lose the puck. So they try and get a change going. Wary of the too many men, and now the other way they'll come in. Big hit. Shut down there was Dante Dalili. Now Carter, they've got a tornado coming the other way. The Blaze to bring it within one. Tuamasi says no. Stood his ground well. And you can see Carter never even thought about the pass. Every day of the week there, he was going to play it across. Well, he's going to go for goal, sorry. It seemed to work out against him there. And a goal there for the Blaze would have made this a rather competitive rematch of last year's Under-18 Division 2 final, which Haringey won. Carter back across. Breaking free there, here comes Kafizov. Swiped down and tied up. And a few protests there from the Blaze. It's over for the Hounds, chipped up, and the Blaze will clear the zone, only makes it as far as Chew. Towards Carter again, given up cheaply to pass across. This time just runs out of room as they try to backhand it in. Back out to Wielden. Sent in towards the goal again, space opening up, turning, but kicking away is Tuamasi. Olisny trying to pick the pocket, couldn't do so. The Blaze just bring it out to the zone to settle things down. Under a lot of pressure there, Story, you know, this Haringey side is a fantastic forechecking team. Now, so it's not necessarily a risk I would take. That's on towards the goal of Tuamasi, just wide of it though, and a penalty coming up. A little bit of confusion of who it was against. Well, it is against the Haringey Hounds. Be a hooking call against Philip Olisny. He'll go and take the spot for a second penalty this game. And the Blades, after scoring last time on the power play, have another opportunity. Here on half a deficit, bring it within one, but the Hounds for the most part dominated. Whilst down a man, across to Stubbs. Now Reinhardt. Blackwood. He'll just hit hard off of the puck. It comes down and pushed aside briefly. It's given back up though, out in front to JC Daniel, but they can't bury this one this time round, and Hounds have cleared the lines for the first minute of the power play gone. Stubbs. A little bit of taunting there from Vinnikov. Clear that up here through the headset. Out in front, though, left alone, Tuamasi. Great reaction, save, and sprawled out. The Hounds will clear it, and Blackwood moves this as fast as he can down the other side. He's dangled it around the Blaze, but he's also out-skated himself. And he's pushed right off the puck. And the Blaze just slow it right down again. The power play doesn't seem to have any urgency about them. Looks like they're down around trying to kill off as much time as they can. out in front, but Howdell couldn't put it home, and now Kafizov will pick it up just briefly, but it's a heavy touch off of him. Storer settles it down as Alisny comes out of the box with 6:30 to go in the period. Kafizov just runs out of room, and Carter collects for the Blaze. Alisny's hit into the balls, and Kafizov collects again. Brilliant pass out. Oh, fantastic awareness and teamwork. The defense shoots off. Chester had covered the wraparound, but a drop pass for the ages gives the Hounds their fourth. And when you could have been thinking that the Blaze still had a way back into the game, the Hounds have done their best to try and close down that door.
Goal number 4 for the Haringey Hounds, second of the night for number 98, William Novick.
Novick has his second.
Assisting 88.
I think the Hounds are going to want their fifth here soon, and stepping up Ravenko all alone, trying to pick a corner, and a man on the outside post, but no one covering him at all, so he elected to shoot.
3 minutes 50 seconds, 3-3-5-0.
It comes, and brilliant move round, and now Baker trying to show why he's top point scorer for the Blaze this season. Can't get it past Twomasi, the shot just staying low. And Sanders brings it down towards Stubbs. Given up though to Palchevsky. Out in front, a quick layoff pass aimed at Ravenko is intercepted. Out. The Blaze will clear it, and straight into the glove. That shot finds Twomasi. Trying to wrap it around, and they're not giving up at all. And the way that the Blaze have played this second period have had a massive improvement. The longer team talk can certainly help if they can get one, or even a second back in this period. Approaching 4.5 minutes to go. I might see a way if I'm still winning this game. 3-goal deficit, but over 20 minutes of hockey still to play. It's by no means a done effort. Wielden a chance out in front, plays it across, a little bit of hesitation. Twomasi has knocked the net off. It's still there, he kicks that one aside. And now we're going to whistle to set the net back up. Penalty coming up against the Hounds. A chance for the Blaze to bring themselves back into it. The Hounds' killing has been quite good all weekend across their age divisions, and the Hounds are going to be out with one of their top killers, Josh Blackwood, for the next 2 minutes. As the Blaze can bring it back to a 2-goal game. Hounds win the opening face-off of it. It's kept in though by Stubbs. He'll now be swiped away by Kafizov, who's nearly muscled off the puck. Stands strong, and Kafizov is brought down there by JC Daniel, who scored the only Blaze goal on the power play.
Penalty against the Hounds, wearing 18, Joshua Blackwood, 2 minutes for interference. That penalty time, 37 minutes, 11 seconds, 3-7-1-1. Which places the Coventry Blaze Academy on the power play.
Chance shots handed there for Norvik. That would have been a way to get your hat trick, but Chester has it covered in the end. We'll hold on to that with 2 minutes left in the game, or in the period. Brings it into the zone, plays it round towards Carter. Yates nonchalantly plays up to him, swiped away by Reinhardt. Contact into the middle. He looks hurt, out in front on a swivel to Amasi. Makes his body as big as possible, and the shot in the end never sees him. That one does. Straight into his glove before anything else can happen. We've got 31 seconds left, a man advantage for the Blaze. That's the end of the second period. I believe the player's going to head down the tunnel now. We're going to get a nice cut. We'll be back in about 20 minutes' time for the conclusion of the Under-19s national final. So there will be a longer break than usual. We'll be back here for the third period in around 15 to 20 minutes' time. During this period break, you can pick up your photos from the My Team photo guys on top floor level there. Taking pictures all weekend, they've got the lovely green jackets on so you can spot those. There is TGV merchandise stand as well, with some great deals over on TGV merchandise desk. You can also pick up
program cups and jerseys from the English Ice Hockey Checking Desk as you enter the game here at Sheffield. Lots to see, lots to do on compost level. We're back here for the third period following this Ice Cup in 15 days' time or thereabouts. Please welcome back onto the ice the Coventry Blaze Academy. And please welcome back their opponents, the Haringey Hounds. We are about to get underway for the third period here at I Sheffield. The Haringey Hounds lead 4 goals. The Coventry Blaze Academy with 1. The English Ice Hockey Under-19 Division 2 National Championship up for grabs. Will it be Haringey? Will it be the Coventry Blaze Academy? We will find out in just 20 minutes of regulation hockey.
Back underway then for the third and final period. It's a 3-goal lead for the Hounds. They look to add more on. As Kafizov tried to spin and shoot, unable to capitalise. Got a linesman down. Second linesman has taken a puck. And I think actually the linesman's caught that one quite low. So we're back underway then after a brief pause to make sure the linesman's okay. Let's see. He's crossed over by Storer. He's step over with Daniel. Hard into the boards. Sends it back through, unable to capitalise. Down across, it'll be no icing as Norvik gets there first, looking for a hat trick. Yeah, second of the day. Mind of it up next as well, we have our under-18s national final, the showpiece event of the day. There's the Nottingham Lions, under-18s take on the Leeds Junior Knights under-18s. In the clash between the two big rivals of the North Division. Just onside. There's Voslinski. Heavy touch from the oncoming Tar off the bench. He's back up towards JJ Sanders, who's hit off the puck. comes across to Bogdanski. With Vinnikov just running out of room. He'll pick it back up again off the post. Twice he's hit iron in this game, Max Vinnikov. He'll settle down. Morale gets through one. Plays it down deep instead. Bogdanski won't be able to get there first. Finding their voice now. Trying to get something going for their side here. Not playing with much urgency. They're going to have to find it if they want to be competitive here. Don't want to get themselves a chance. Osminski. Big hit behind the boards, out in front. Chevsky just runs out of room to shoot as Carter closes him down. Carter. Off by Palchevsky. Boards to Carter again, out in front. Trying to put it out was Mulkis, but fans on that one. It's still collected by the Hounds number 21, Vosover Blaze. Can't attack back, is well kept briefly by Howell for it fell off the blue line. It's a great move, opens up over onto the far side through the middle. Great save by Twamasi. Carter forces down towards Twamasi to hold as Wilden put in front of the Haringey netminder. Off the post, that was a fantastic tip by Wielden. Out of nowhere, Coventry creating themselves a chance. Twamasi didn't even see that one. Coming out in front again, it's going to be a scramble for anyone to get there. Stick to rubber, but Carter's so slow to get round. Give him back up towards Ruben Yates for the Hounds. Awkwardly off the boards though. Tried to play it across to Carter. A very lazy shift from him, only wanting to stay over on that far side and not much of a back check either. Easily allows the Hounds to walk it into the zone. And Palchevsky again. Play back into the corner by Brown. Palchevsky will pick the puck up round on the opposite side. Yep, pressed and forced to turn over back to the Blaze. Now they get the wheels moving, trying to cut into the middle was Howdle. He runs out of room and the Hounds looking a little bit tired. Coming to the end of their fourth game of the weekend for some of them. Out in front, they can't put it home. Brown. Cross off the bar. Yates. This is on that one and they're told to pass quickly. It's not as fast as the coaches would like, but they do found Baker. Goes all the way round, runs out of room, tries centering it, in the end it's going to come out and just gloved over the bar by Twamasi. And the Blaze might be able to start capitalising on how tired this Haringey side are going to start to feel. Baker wants it down over on the near side by the penalty box. Cameron Powell's now going to sit himself on there. JC Daniel gets it into the zone. They take a tumble. Over Twamasi brings his blocker into play. Stop that one from being an awkward goal. Now be cleared out by Kafizov. It's only his second game of the weekend, so he'll be struggling a lot less. Norvik. It's down a long way, Storer. Gets there first. Off he balls to Bogdanski. towards Kafizov again. Now moving forward, it's Norvik, sorry for the hat-trick, he finds it! And look how much he enjoyed that one. Norvik gets the 1-0, makes the most of his chance, and the Hounds have their 5th, and Norvik has his 3rd.
Goal number 5, the Haringey Hounds, a hat-trick goal, the number 98, William Novik. Assisted by number 88, Alan Kafizov.
Kafizov with the assist. Storer. The netter now already with just 12 minutes remaining on the clock. Looking a tough task for the Hounds. Sorry for the Blaze to get back into it. In front there's a save off the mask of Owen Chester. Blaze can't clear out the zone, so back. Come the Hounds, they'll push on. Chu is tied up, it's out into the middle, that's lazy. And off the blocker from a shot of Oslinski. Wall to Blackwood. Cross for the Blaze. It's lazily played down towards Carter. Will just dump it in. Another one off of the referee. Vinnikov gets brought down and he sat on a late shot coming in from Voslinski just wide of the net. The GB forward steps in and listed wide of the net as Haringey will just get a few personnel changes in. Trying to send it down. Valencia Ice has approached the halfway stage in his final period. It's picked up by Christian Reinhardt. Works his way into the zone. Tries to wrap around Chester. Off the glove of him. A solid net minding scene from Owen Chester defensively. It's been lackluster though. Yates. To Kerr. Reinhardt. Carter. Out in front, played in on net, the rebound was there for JC Daniel. Hits hard into the boards by Yates. Still with JC Daniel though, the lone goal scorer for the Blaze. Out it comes as picked up by the Blaze in front of their own bench. Settle things down, 9 minutes to go. Baker through the middle, it's slow to get onto it though. And now here come the Hounds as Nurshir just wide off the goal again. Picked up by Dalili. Now with JC Daniel for the Blaze. Behind the goal, again we just settle things down. That's a poor shot out in front. Or poor pass rather, mindless sort of stuff. And again, right out to the Hounds. And they're just hunting for their own goals now, Nurshire. Up top would have been the option, but they're not. They're all going for glory of themselves. It's a great stick check there by Baker, forces it down in. And Cameron Powell's a big body, he's hard to move. Baker's going to give it a good go, and it's taken two of them to move it the tiniest of bit. Now we'll have a penalty coming up. Interference going against JJ Sanders.
Penalty against the Haringey Hound for round 72, John Jackson Sanders, 2 for interference.
Cross into the zone. Centred through, it bounces awkwardly up again.
That penalty time, 51 minutes, 58 seconds.
Right into the wheels, Carter. Down the boards and towards the net. Off to a Massey round. Blaze will try and keep it in, but do so with Carter. Out in front of Blaze with a chance, and Twomasi scrambles, the Blaze still with it. Sent round by the Blaze. Get to it first on this power play. It's a little bit too far for Cross to get to, so Power will hold on to it whilst JJ Sanders is in the box. "30 seconds to go on a man advantage for Coventry. It's been less than eventful. Into the corner again, a big hit lined up, just missed, and now the Hounds will look to come short-handed, and Olisny, great backhanded pass, Norvik for his fourth. Defended well by JC Daniel. Blaze slow to jump on the puck again. Picked that cut by Norvik. Trying to dance their way through. Norvik onto his forehander. Flies off the blocker. JJ Sanders out the box. Lines up with Ruben Yates. Through the middle to Norvik. It's just over the bar. The boards it goes again. This will go for icing just before the 5-minute remaining mark, and Coventry just look tired now.
We have a change of netliner for the Haringey Huskies. Please say thank you to netliner wearing warm and Shami Taimasi. As we welcome netliner 42, Anthony Pitkowski.
Pitkowski then into the goal for the Hounds. Will be changing in 5 minutes to go with the game looking comfortably won. Just some more minutes for Haringey this weekend. Still building up pressure. They all want to take a goal home back to London. Zvinikov gets tied up. Slinsky tries to win the putback with a body check, unable to do so. This is going to come around for Christian Reinhardt. Great bit of footwork, keeps the play rolling as they walk into a shooting position. Flies around. Vinnikov picks it back up, kicks it well. Have to turn back out the other way. Vinnikov. Cross to Blackwood as offside is for Slinsky. Not the first time she's ventured too far over. Reinhardt over the blue line for Haringey, pushing forward, still goalless this weekend. As Yates tries to make a move through the middle, he will do so. Pushed wide, Yates trying to step all the way. Can't in the end, and tripping back down and resetting his defensive position. Can't control that, and it's turned over bound to Palczewski. It's from 3.5 to go here at Ice Sheffield in our third game of the day. 3 more to go. 2 Division 1 finals, plus the under-14s Division 2 final. Carter down the length for the ice. Yates gets shoved off the puck. With Brown. Howdle. Storer to Carter. Chip that down behind the Haringey goal. There's 2.5 left. Now Brown. Lifted over the top, pushed aside there is Nerscher. Coventry stepping forward, got a brief 2-on-1 through the paint. Pietkowski didn't need to be called into action there at the end. He might do though, and he does hold on to it. Out in front, Pietkowski gets that off his pads, and it comes for Powell. Offside as the Lily is miles over. It's hard off. Up they come. Dangling the way through. That's over the bar. Keller. Big coming together, then gets sat down. No whack at Stubbs, and they're going to go at each other. Now we're going to get a penalty late in the game as Keller's going to go. We're going to go for slashing. Stay 5-on-5, coincidental. Still conversations going on in the penalty box. Carter wrists one in from range. Coventry still pushing for something. Pietkowski lost sight of that one as it came off and approaching the final minute.
Penalty against the Haringey Hounds, wearing 15, Kevin Keller, 2 minutes for slashing. Penalty against the Hounds, wearing 15, Kevin Keller, 2 minutes
over the
for
bar.
slashing. He's coincidental with a penalty against the Hounds, wearing 18,
Big hit against Slinsky.
Penalty against the Coventry Blazers, captain 89, Callum Stubbs, 2 minutes for
Carter
slashing.
sends it back down, 40 seconds to go. Haringey. Not long now until they defend their title against the team they won it against last year. Norfolk. Sets, pushed off, the puck gets left loose, and Chester again called to make a save. Out of the zone is played towards JJ Sanders. He'll pick it up, he's got 10 seconds left until he's lifting a trophy. JC Daniel hasn't put the fair stick. And a couple more body checks thrown just for good measure. That'll be it then. An anticlimactic celebration. But the Haringey Hounds are the under-19 national champions as they win the former under-18 second division. The Blaze beaten 5-1, and the Hounds, after heartbreaking 16s and 18s, at least get some Division 2 silverware. We'll be back in about 30 minutes' time as the big boys, the under-18s, step out for their chance for national glory. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back shortly.